dusting, you have to like crouch down, and when I turn on the lights, you have to like rise. Okay?
Okay, I'll rise up dramatically.
I need a win.
I guess all in all, it's one of the weirdest years ever. You see, for a while, cities across America were seeing more and more rabbits running loose. Rabbits were everywhere, and no one really knew where they were coming from or why they were suddenly taking over the country. A lot of people thought it was a publicity stunt, while others thought it was a 4-H project gotten out of hand. No one really had an explanation. A lot of people were blaming the government, but the media just kept on reporting. The recent increase of the rabbit population is a direct result of global warming. Every time you turned around, it was global warming this or global warming that. It must have been pretty important, though, because I'd hear my parents arguing about it after dinner. Honey, do you agree with the media? Do you really think the rabbits are here because of global warming? Then why do you think all the rabbits have abandoned their homes and are taking over ours? Rabbits were affecting everything. It got to the point where you couldn't turn on the TV without seeing a breaking news story. Patriot star quarterback Abraham Lincoln once admonished, "Don't believe everything you read on the internet." The most recent election cycle saw the rise of a new phenomenon, fake news. From the bizarre to the misleading to the outright false, several news stories left us all wondering what to believe. But through the story of one young boy, we learned that no matter how chaotic or unbelievable things may get, we'd always need to adapt and hop forward. The Rabbit Report by Gregory T. Burns. Just moments ago, the president of the Agricultural Union announced that the recent shortage of fresh vegetables and produce is largely due to the Rasher rabbits ravishing our latest crops. We now join the press conference already in progress. Lance Looker, a scientific hypothesis and other silly scams. According to scientific research, it appears that these rabbits are multiplying in numbers too big to ignore. But are they really harmful? Do you have any evidence to share with us that these rabbits might turn vicious? You want evidence? I can show you evidence. Roy, roll the tape. It all began with the knight shining armor. It all looks perfectly innocent, doesn't it? But wait, there. See that? That rabbit came out of nowhere and attacked that man as he's walking through the forest. Excuse me for interrupting, but that's a scene from Monty Python. Monty Python? I don't know him. What news organization does he represent? No, Monty Python is a British comedy troupe. I hate to burst your bubble, but this is actual footage from our news vault. No, it isn't. It's a film clip from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's a British import from the 1970s and remains a cult favorite even today. If you are disputing the accuracy of our news footage, my friend, I dare you to spend the night in a field of carrots. These are rabbits. You'll see. You'll all see. This could be the end of civilization as we know it. The media was scaring everyone. Rabbits became the topic. The talk shows were filled with couples discussing how rabbits were ruining their relationships. So George, you're saying you might end your engagements to Sarah over the activity she's planned at your wedding reception? It's like this. She wants everyone to do the bunny hop at her reception, but I totally disagree with her. I don't feel the right like dancing like a bunch of bunnies, especially when so many people are at home suffering because of all the rabbits running loose today. George, this is a dance, a very important dance. People come to a wedding, they expect things. They expect tri-cake, cheap hors d'oeuvres, and to do the bunny hop. That's it, Sarah. I can't marry you. Just we've been warned, there's a shortage of fresh vegetables. Salads became scarce, almost non-existent. And with everyone gaining so much weight,
the media turns attention to exercise.
All right, everybody, salad's not being an option anymore. What I'm here to tell, you don't need a salad. Face it, who needs a salad when there are a bunch of rabbits everywhere? That's right, rabbits are high protein lean meat, and they taste just like chicken. But if you're not gonna eat healthy, you need some good old-fashioned exercise. So get up and sweat with me to some oldies. Come on, Bertha, flowing a little sweat this way, and show those bunnies who's boss.
With everyone's newfound fear of rabbits, you couldn't find any hollow chocolate bunnies for sale at the grocery store. No one had an Easter egg hunt. You couldn't even get your picture taken with the Easter bunny at the mall. According to Dad, these rabbits were wreaking havoc on our economy. But it wasn't 2 days until I walked into our living room and saw Dad was watching the evening news. He was sitting on our couch, holding a box of tissues in his lap, and crying.
You have now made a jarring announcement today that has made across America dropping their jaws. Playboy, the magazine that for decades has been known for its heart-hitting articles and political cartoons, announced it'll be changing its logo.
In light of negative press, due to the recent plague of rabbits sweeping our nation, Playboy will abandon its iconic logo of the Playboy bunny and replace it with a more consumer-friendly image of a giant platypus.
Really?
The new Playboy platypus will make its debut in next month's issue. According to Mom, things were getting pretty bad. Everyone started making Elmer Fudd societies. Rabbits were such a big crisis that even animal rights groups got involved.
Today, animal rights activists around the globe stand united as we urge women to wear real rabbit fur coats this year. That's right, the more rabbits that are worn on the backs of women, the less chance we'll have rabbit attacks on the women. So join me in our quest to end the rabbit plague.
For Halloween, television networks longer showed classic horror films like Dracula, Frankenstein, or even Friday the 13th marathons. No, sir. They went for the real scary flicks. They showed Harvey starring Jimmy Stewart, Fatal Attraction, and even Alice in Wonderland. The way the network saw it, if a movie had a rabbit in it, it's worth at least one big screen. But you didn't have to be Einstein to know things were an all-time worse when people turned against books.
Good evening. As you look over my shoulder, you will see what looks like the world's largest bonfire. But in reality, the fire you see on your screen is in fact an old-fashioned book burning. Thousands of spectators have gathered on the steps of the Library of Congress to protest the lack of government intervention on the recent Minnesota participants here tonight are calling the Rabbigate. One parent summed up the situation like this.
Oh, I think it's important to teach our children the importance of taking part in protests. Oh, Timmy, tell the nice reporter here what books we brought here tonight. We brought the Velveteen Rabbit, the Tale of Peter Rabbit, and Pat the Bunny. And we don't want those evil books in our house. Do we, Timmy? No. They were giving me nightmares. Now throw those books in the fire and watch this bunny's burn.
And there you have it. While teenagers across the deserted stretches of American highways are burning rubber tonight, here on the steps of the Library of Congress, parents of small children are burning books, bunny books.
It was weird. One day, the world was being overrun by rabbits, but the next, they were gone. Oh, you would still see a rabbit every once in a while, right? But nothing out of the ordinary. The government claimed no involvement in the disappearance of millions of rabbits, but coincidences are coincidences, you know?